number 59. Today we are going to learn new topic and the name of the topic is heritage management. So first we will see which are the main points of this topic. In this chapter we will study sources of history. What are the sources of history? Their conservation and their preservation. Then we will see some of the famous museums. Then we will see libraries and archives, and at last we will see the encyclopedias. First, we have the introduction of this topic here, that is sources of history, and all the history books that are available today are the results of the diligent work of several individuals. Many of the historians have worked to save or to present before us several history books or whether it may be the any document. Institutes like libraries, museums, and archives conserve and preserve this precious historical heritage. What is the work of libraries or museums and archives? That to conserve and preserve this historical heritage of our nation or any of the historical document which is found in our country. They choose important specimens from the heritage collection and exhibit them. What they do, they choose some of the important specimens among that and they exhibit them. They also publish research journals, informative pamphlets, leaflets, posters, etc. These are the works of libraries, museums, and archives. Then the documents and artifacts which are not exhibited but historically very important are stored in the museums and archives after completing necessary treatment for their conservation and preservation. Some of the documents are there or the artifacts. Artifacts means any ornament or tool of ancient time. If that is not exhibited, so then what is the work of museum and archive? To store it. How to store? By doing necessary treatment that it should last for many years. Those documents and artifacts are made available to researchers, and such type of documents or any artifact, any tool is there, like any pot is there or any beads are there. So that what they do, they provide these to the researchers, and the researchers work on it. They try to identify the document or the object as and whenever necessary. Libraries conserve, preserve, and manage the books. The work of the library is to conserve, preserve, and manage the books. Then we have sources of history, their conservation and preservation. What are the sources of history? There are mainly sources of history that are oral, written, and material. So it is the work of a historian preserve it to the conservation of such kind of document. Each step like collecting the sources of history, creating the record and indexes, exhibiting manuscripts. Manuscripts means what? Written records, old books and artifacts after completing necessary treatments requires very careful handling and management. So any of the thing which they have got, whether it may be the written source or material source, it is the duty that they should do the necessary treatment over it, and after that carefully handle and management. It means to preserve it. It needs people with specific skills, and to do such kind of work we need specific type of skilled peoples. Only trained persons who are duly qualified can do these tasks. Only the trained person. Their work is to be done by only trained persons. Yes, Farhan and Faizan. What is the doubt? Farhan and Faizan.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why you are raising your hand? You are having any doubt?
No.
Sources of history. Collecting and compiling. Compiling means to compose out, take some part of anything. That is collecting and compiling of folk songs and folk tales, etc. It comes in oral history. Classifying, analyzing, and interpreting the compiled material, whichever material they have compiled or taken and prepared any context, what they have to do, they have to classify it, analyze it, whether it is from which type of source, whether it is a, a folk tale or a folk song, they have to classify it, and then they have to interpret it, means they have to, if they need it, they will change or translate into other language. Publishing the results of respective research, whichever research they have done on any oral source, they have to publish it, so that people from over the world will come to know about that specific research or the oral sources, and they will be also able to come to know about such type of oral sources. Necessary training. So what is the necessary training to become an oral sources of history? Means how to study the oral sources of history. For that we have to take a necessary training, and that training is given here. Sociology and anthropology means study of human behavior. What we have to do here, study the human behavior, and we also have to do the scientific study of humanity, that is anthropology. Then social psychology, mythology and linguistic. Mythology and linguistic, they have to learn about the different languages and the mythological, we know there are many mythological stories we have, that also they have to learn it. Library science and information technology. History and historical research methods. What is history? They have to learn what is history and which are the historical research methods. Then they have to take the training of writing of research reports and articles. After doing the researches, what they have to do, they have to write the reports and articles. Then second one was written sources of history. Azhar, what is the doubt? Azhar. Okay. Written sources of history. Collecting coins and copper plates with inscriptions on them. Inscriptions means any inscribed thing on the any coin or the copper plate. Documents like official records. Official records are also, they come in written sources. Personal correspondence and diaries. Personal things of any king or any ruler, it comes in written sources, whether it might be his or her diary also. Historical books, old books, manuscripts means written records, pictures, photographs, etc. These all things comes in written sources of history. Then completing necessary mechanical and chemical processes of cleaning for the conservation and preservation of collected document. What we have to do for the preservation and conservation of such type of document, we have to do the mechanical or chemical process of cleaning. Ascertaining the historical value of collected documents. Then if you have collected any historical documents, we have to classify it, assert it that whether it is real or fake. If it is real, then we have to bring into notice, bring into confidence that this historical documents is related to this person or the king or any of the historical site, so that it will come into the public notices. Exhibiting selected documents, whichever document they have got, they have to exhibit it. But when they will exhibit, if they will come to know that this document is real, this is not a false document, then only they will exhibit before the people. Publishing edited documents and research reports, what they have to do, they have to publish these type of edited documents or with whichever the reports they have prepared. Then which is the necessary training for doing such type of sources records, keeping such type of written sources records? We have to take the training to learn what are the written sources. We have to take some training, and that training is also given here. That is knowledge of scripts. Different scripts were there, ancient scripts were there, and that we have to study or learn first. That is Brahmi, Modi, Parisian, and their development. These were the some of the ancient scripts. Basic knowledge of social organization and traditions. We should also have the basic knowledge of social organization and the traditions which were going on in the past. Literature and culture. How was the literature? So this we have to learn. Dynasties, which were the dynasties and administrative system, how was the administrative at that specific time in our country or any locality, etc. Of past societies. This we have to learn it, take the training of it to know or to classify which type of written source it is. Then the third point was knowledge of various schools and styles of paintings and sculptural art and history of their development. We should also take or have the knowledge of such type of paintings or the styles of painting, sculptural art, or various types of school which were present in the ancient times. Then fourth is knowledge of types of paper, ink, and color. Which type of paper was used in the ancient times, which ink was used, and which type of colors were used for writing any document. Then the fifth point, knowledge of properties of various stones and metals used for inscriptions. Inscriptions are scribed or written on any of the metal or the stone. So we should have which type of knowledge of what the type of stone is, what type of metal it is. So we should also have the knowledge of stones and metals for that purpose. Knowledge of the equipment and chemicals used in various processes of cleaning, conservation, and preservation. We should have the knowledge of equipments, which are the equipments used for the cleaning of the record or the source, and how to conserve it, how to preserve it. Means total we have to take the training of such kind of things. Knowledge of various approaches of managing exhibitions in museums, galleries, and information technology. We should also have the knowledge of how to conduct any exhibition, whether it might be in a museum or gallery or in any information technology. Then the last is writing research reports and articles. We should come to know, means we should be able to write any research report or article related to that source which we have been working on. Then the last one is material source of history. Material means objects, like we have here coins. coins of Gupta dynasty. Collecting artifacts, classifying them according to their historical date and type, and preparing indexes. If we are collecting any kind of artifacts, we have to classify them according to their historical date and write in their index of in we have to so that we are the process on it. Then arranging exhibition of selected artifacts or their replicas. Some of the replicas are there that we exhibit, and some of the original artifacts are also been exhibited. So what we have to do here, we have to arrange the exhibitions for such type of models or the artifacts. Writing and publishing research articles about collected artifacts. Whichever the artifacts we are collecting, what we have to do, we have to write about it, we have to publish that research. How we will publish? We may publish in news newspaper or historical magazines are there. In that we can publish such type of our reports. Classifying fossils of plants and animals and preparing indexes. What we have to classify fossils means remains of plants and animals. Then from that we will come to know the remains or the fossils of plants or animals are of which period, whether they are from medieval period, ancient period, or modern period. After classifying it, we will come to know, and after that, we can prepare the index of it. The last point is exhibiting the fossils or their replicas. Same here, what we have to do, selected fossils, like in some of the museums, we can see the fossils or remains of human beings or the animals which are now extinct. We can see their replicas also, like the dinosaurs replicas are there, and in some museums original fossils of dinosaurs are also kept or exhibited for. Then here type of material we should take. First is basic knowledge of archaeological method and theory. History of ancient civilizations. We should have the knowledge of archaeological methods and theories. And also we should know about ancient civilizations such as Harappa civilization is there, Indus Valley civilization is there, Egyptian civilization. So such type of civilizations were there that we should have knowledge about these ancient civilizations. Then second point is knowledge of regional sources of materials like stones, minerals, metals, and clay used in the production of artifacts and their chemical properties. We should also have the knowledge of regional sources, means the sources which are found in specific region, whether it may be stone, mineral, metal, or clay. Clay means mitti, which is to be used for preparing any type of object. Then the third point is knowledge of equipment and chemicals necessary for the cleaning of artifacts and other chemical processes. We should have the knowledge of chemicals which are to be used for the cleaning of the artifact. If we use wrong chemical, then it may damage our history. Next is knowledge of various schools and styles of arts and their development. We should have the knowledge of various types of schools, which were the types of school in the ancient period, and what they used to teach there. Then we should know about and we should also have the skills of making the replicas or the models of any artifact and the fossils. Fossils means remains. Sixth point is knowledge of various approaches of managing exhibitions in museums, galleries, and information technology. We can see in all the three type of sources, historical sources, important things or in training, what is given that we should know about it, or we should have the information or about preserving of any document. Then exhibition is the other part, means these are same points which are coming in all the three type of sources. Material sources it may be, or written source, or it is oral source. We have to do the exhibition over here, we have to write research reports, we have to publish about research. Means the points of the training which are mentioned here are same for all the three types of resources of history. Last point is writing research reports and articles. Means these some of the points are common for all the three types of sources of history. Then we have the next point, that is 9.2, some famous museum. Some famous museums. Museums were created to organize and manage the antiquities collected by members of royal and elite families of medieval Europe. Why the museums were created? To organize and manage the antiquities collected by members, means antique things which are collected by the members of royal families or the elite families. Elite means the group of people which think that I am superior to other group of people. Such kind of families, they have prepared museum for that purpose Europe. The first museum which is given here is that Louvre Museum, France. The Louvre Museum in Paris was established in the 18th century CE. It was established in 18th century CE. CE means Common Era. It is collected by members of royal family were exhibited in the museum, and antiques means or the antique things which were collected by the members of the were included among important or admired thing which was exhibited in this museum was the at that time he brought many of the antique things with him and that were exhibited in the museum. Presently, the museum contains more than 3,80,000 artifacts. In this museum, currently there are 3,80,000 artifacts exhibited for the people. Then the next museum is British Museum, which is in England. The British Museum in London was established in the 18th century CE. Means both these museums were established in 18th century CE, whether it is Louvre Museum in France or the British Museum in England. The British Museum in London was established in the 18th century CE. Sir Hans Sloane, a natural scientist, handed over about 71,000 objects in his collection to the King of England, George II. At the time, George II was the King of England, and Sir Hans Sloane, a natural scientist. He was a natural scientist. What he did, he handed over about 71,000 objects to the King of England. It included several books, which were the things or the objects in these 71,000. There were some books, pictures, specimens of preserved plants, means herbarium, etc. Later, the collection was expanded by addition of various art objects. Later, what happened? It was expanded by adding various type of art objects and ancient artifacts collected by the British people from British colonies. Presently, the museum collection comprises about 80 lakh objects. Currently, the museum is having 80 lakh objects. Then we have National Museum of Natural History, United States of America. This Museum of Natural History, managed by the Smithsonian Institution, was established in 1846. Means this is also the museum which was established in the 18th century. It houses more than 12 crore specimens of fossils and remains of plants and animals, minerals, rocks, human fossils, and artifacts. We can see the picture of National Museum of Natural History. It is having the natural things such as the remains of plants, minerals, rocks, humans, and some of the art. In 2016, with 7.1 million visitors, it was the fourth most visited museum in the world. It became the fourth most visited museum in the world and the most visited natural history museum in the world. It is the Museum of Natural History located on the National in Washington DC, United States. It is located in Washington DC. Now we will see about the museums in India. Which are the museums in India? And first is museums in India. The first museum in India, Indian Museum. The name of the museum is Indian Museum, was established by Asiatic Society of Bengal in Kolkata. It was established in 1814 CE. CE means Common Era, means the four museums which we have saw here today. These all four are from 18th century. The second museum in India, Government Museum, was established in Chennai in 1851. This was also established in the 18th century. The National Museum was established in Delhi in 1949. Presently, there are seven museums in various states of India. Presently, there are several museums in various states of India. Usually, the big museums have their own archives and libraries. Many of the big museums are having their own libraries and archives. Archives means a place where the historical document is being preserved. Some museums are affiliated to universities. Such museums also offer courses in museology, means study of museums. We can do the study of museums in such of the universities. Following are some of the well-known institutes and universities. Following are some of the well-known institutes and universities which offer degree and diploma courses in museology. What they do, they offer degree or any diploma course in museology. The first is National Museum Delhi. First we are having the National Museum which is at Delhi. Then Maharaj Sayaji Rao University which is in Vadodara. Third is Kolkata University, Kolkata. Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Sixth is Jivaji University, which is in Gwalior. Then we have Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangralaya. So we are having one of the museum in Maharashtra, and the information is given about it in this chapter. That is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangralaya. In 1904 CE, some influential residents of Mumbai decided to establish a museum to commemorate the visit of Prince of Wales to India. The Prince of Wales was coming to India, and to commemorate them, what they have decided to establish a museum. In the month of November of 1905 CE, the foundation was laid of the museum building. It was decided that the name of the museum would be Prince of Wales Museum of Western India. It was renamed as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya in 1998 CE. First, it was decided to name as Prince of Wales Museum of Western India. Then, in 1998, the name was changed to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya. Then, the building of the museum is built in Indo-Gothic style. The style of construction of building was totally in British way. Why? Because it was built under the British government. It has been given the status of Grade 1 heritage building in Mumbai. We can see the picture of it, and it has got the status of Grade 1 heritage building in Mumbai. The museum houses about 50,000 antiquities divided into three categories, means 50,000 objects or the antique things are there, and that are being divided into three categories: arts, archaeology, and natural history. Arts, archaeology, and natural history. In these three ways or categories, they are being divided. So today we have completed 9.1 and 9.1 and 9.2 point. So first what we will do here, we will have the recapitulation of what we have studied today. So we started with the ninth chapter, that was history heritage management. In that we were having four points, that is source of history, their conservation and preservation. Second point was some famous museums such as libraries and archives, and the fourth point was encyclopedias. Then in introduction we have come to know from where we have got such type of sources of history, by some of the historians. We have got, or the books are available to us because of whom? Because of the some of the historians, and who have worked diligently on such type of objects. Then what we have saw? We have saw that the documents or artifacts, whichever it might be, that has to be exhibited before the people. how it should be exhibited. First, what they have to do, they have to do a proper treatment on it, whether it may be mechanical or chemical treatment, so that the thing or the object should survive for many years and our upcoming generations can see it. Then libraries, the work of the library is to conserve, preserve and manage the books. Then we were having sources of history, which were the sources of history, how to conserve and preserve it. The sources of history were divided into three parts, that are oral sources, written and material sources. In oral source of history, what we have to do, we have to collect and compile the folk tales or the folk songs. Then we have to classify it, analyze it, then we have to interpret it. If it is needed to interpret, we have to interpret it, and then we have to compile that material. Compile means together at one place. Then what we have to do here, we have to publish the results of that research, means whichever the work we have compiled, we have to exit. Then for such type of work, we have to take the necessary, that we should have knowledge of sociology and anthropology. Sociology means study of human behavior, and anthropology means study of humanity. We should also know about the social psychology, mycology, and linguistic at that period, lifestyle, technology. Writing of research reports and articles, such type of things, or the necessary training we should have to work on oral sources of history. Then we are having written sources. Written sources might be the coins or on which the inscription is in, or documents, official records, or personal correspondence, or the diary of any of the king or any of the important person in the history. The written sources also have historical books, old books, manuscripts. Manuscripts means written records, pictures, photographs, etc. And for this also, what we have to do the exhibition. We have to do some processing of cleaning for the conservation and preservation. Then we have to exhibit it. We have to publish it in the same way. For this also we have to take a necessary training. The trainings are like the should have the knowledge of the ancient scripts. Then we should have the basic knowledge of sociology, traditions, culture, and speech, which dialogy being specific and how was. Then we should have the knowledge of styles of painting and sculptural history. We should also know about the type of paper, the ink used, and the colors which are used for the writing. Have of etc. Then we should know the equipment of cleaning for the conservation. Then we have here some of the material sources. Material sources means the objects, artifacts. Same in this also we have to do the research and publish it. We have to arrange the exhibitions. We have complete necessary maintenance of that also became here. This we have or we should taking of artifacts and fossils reports and articles Museum England, Museum of Natural History United States of America, and museums in India. So these were the museums which were established in the 18th century. The Louvre Museum was famous for the painting of Mona Lisa, which was exhibited there, and nearly 3,80,000 artifacts are being exhibited there. British Museum in England. It is having several books, specimens, preserved of plants like herbarium. Nearly 80 lakh objects are being collected here in this British Museum, England. Then in National Museum of Natural History, United States of America, it has more than 2 of fossils, remains, plant, animals, minerals, rocks, human fossils, and artifacts. Then we have come to know that 7.1 million visitors visited in 2000, and it was the fourth visited museum in the world. We are museums in India. Museums in India. The first museum in India, Indian Museum. Its name was Indian Museum. Then the government museum established in Chennai in 1851. The National Museum established in Delhi in 1949. So some of the universities are also got affiliated to museums, and they provide the museology, means we can have the courses related to the study of museums in our country. And for that we have some of the universities which are providing the diploma courses and degree courses for us, that are National Museum Delhi, Maharaj Sayajirao University Vadodara, Kolkata University Kolkata, Banaras Hindu University Varanasi, Aligarh Muslim University Aligarh, and Jivaji University Gwalior. Then we have learnt about the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangralaya, which was established in 1904, and it was renamed to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangralaya in 1998. The type of building, it is Indo-Gothic style, and it is having about 50,000 antiquities divided into three categories: arts, archaeology, and natural history. So in short, these were the things which we have learned today. So all of you, take down your homework, that is collect the different pictures of museums of India. It is your homework. So please take a screenshot of it, or you can write it down also. Tomorrow we will see the next part of our topic. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.